what is your price? So to name your price, there is something you need to know, and this is categorized into two ways. And I paid for an experience in relating to this because it cost me money. That experience cost me money because of a mistake I did, and I really want you to learn from this mistake. You should learn also. So right here is Financial Advisor Shokon, and I'm here to journey with you towards financial advice. First of all, when it comes to your price, one thing you have to know is for you to be able to specify your price. So when a person comes to you and asks for your price, you should be able to bring in your own solution in alignment to the needs of the person. Right? You have a standard price for your product, for your service. It's beautiful. But when someone reaches out to you, you should be able to express the solution you have in respect to what the person really needs, because the needs of John or the needs of Eunice may be the same, right? But there will always be a difference in their needs. So you should be able to present the value you give based on what this individual needs. And this does not mean, so that you'll be able to increase your price. No, it may be the same price you give Eunice and John based on their needs. But what I'm saying in essence is that you should engage the act of listening. And this is not the experience I paid for. I hope you'll be able to understand what I just said right now. So Eunice, John have needs. You can solve that need. They came to you. Listen to them more. Ask them reasonable questions. Ask them questions that are aligned to those needs that they have, and then present a solution. Then, in respect to being able to express value to them, then you are able to name your price. It's very easy. They come to you, I need this. Then you are like, okay, you need service on writing. Okay, so what aspects of writing? How many pages? What is this? What is that? And then in respect to that, you can be able to now name your price, which is very important. So you see that value first, and before you can give such value, what precedes is that you listen. You should be a listener. Then the second aspect, which I will talk about right now, is in respect to an experience I paid for. This cost me. And this experience is about being casual in your expression in business. So an individual reached out to me and they wanted to invite me to speak. I greeted the individual professionally. So I wanted to know, okay, what is the webinar you're looking at and all. And then the individual sent me a message, responding. That should not be formal. That should be informal in my expression. And I felt, if you're kind of informal, with people, it gets to, make you roll together, and the work would go well. But it's a lie. It doesn't work like that. Business is not like that, right? You have to keep up with your professionalism. And that experience taught me something, because I couldn't get what I should get from it. And do you know the reason why? Because the conversation sounded casual to an extent that they watered down the value, right, that they could get. And that is how it is. It's not that, you also crossed the line. You may not even cross the line, right? But do not get into a casual conversation with anybody who needs your services. Be it a friend, be it a family, be it a relative. Do not get casual. Maintain your professionalism and still be humane. Sound humane, sound relatable. Not like a robot, definitely, yes. But be professional. Whatever you do, send your maybe flyer, whatever you want to do it well as you do it. Right? So do not be pressured and do not be caged, with the words of, you're too formal. No, it's your business. This is what you do. It's your career. Stay with it and plug with it. So this is something that you have to understand, embrace in naming your price. These two categories: listen well to the client and also maintain your professionalism. And I'm telling you that maintaining of professionalism is an experience I paid for, and I believe you've gotten this.